back to the Forgotten City. As of the last video that you watched, this is a continuation from the 2 streams that we did, which built up to everything that we were able to collect. As you can see in our inventory, as you go through this game, you'll collect different items which will help you in being able to do different endings. Now, the ending which I finished with for my stream was the one that got away, which is to free Scintilla. The ending which we picked for the last video that you saw was the one where we go and kill the leader of this place, and the title of that is The Many Shall Suffer. This one, which we're going to do now, is The Ones That Got Away.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
I'm smiling and I need things urgently.
Well, it sounds serious. I'm listening.
Okay, so we got these. Lulia's dying, but Lucretia can't help her without this. Sylphium, take some of it and go quickly.
Yulia? Oh no. Alright, I can do that.
Rufus is becoming agitated because of his rheumatism, but if you can give him some of this willow bark, it will calm him down.
Oh, poor guy. My uncle was a victim at rheumatism's altar, and he ended up killing himself. Alright, got it.
I need you to stop Fabio entering the empty shrine and tell the new arrival he'll find what he's looking for in there.
Alright, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
That's it, now go as fast as you can.
I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Yeah, we're going to speak to him in a bit. Right, let's go. We may have to break the golden rule. No, I don't think we should be able to break the golden rule, girl. We're going to go tell him to... I'm not sure. I'm hoping we don't have to break the golden rule again. We may have to, though. We're going to try and save this guy. We've got the money now, so we're going to try and save him.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
I'm fine, thanks.
Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We all need something to help us through times like these. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned.
I'm not going to bother with that, not yet. I'll be going now.
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Here we go.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please, please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
I was tempted to jump. Is that what Scintilla would want?
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You'd never believe me if I told you.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Maybe I can help solve your problem.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact, and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
Lucretia was able to get some silphium in time to save her life. She's going to be fine.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Actually, I do.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then.
Work for us. Now you're free.
You'd do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
Of course.
It seems today we're both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
Okay, here's your money.
Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
Don't worry about it.
I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Oh, there's one more problem I think I got to solve before. What's that say? This has an orgy before girls here who disappoint all of them. Someone's picking on this writer here.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did.
This one. I noticed the graffiti. Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You like men?
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultists?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Let me look into it for you.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
I'll get right on it.
Come back and let me know what you find.
Right. Alright, let's have a look at letters as well. This thing will tie in because what we need to do for this one is to get as many people on his side. And then once he's elected, he'll be able to get more people to leave. This is what I'm thinking anyway. I'm hoping it works. Right, okay. We got stranger.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
I'm from beyond the edge of the known world.
Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
Okay. Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
This is troubling, is it not? I'm afraid I have no idea. It is ridiculous though. Virgil is a fine man. But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her about it.
Okay, we'll do that one. We can go through the others in the next video.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Right, so the quest we've got. Rufius. Equisia. Forget to brother, figure out who's threatening Virgil. Ask Fabia. Where's Fabia? That is my mission, isn't it? Rufius. Speak to him. I'll talk to him later.
Weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Where's Fabia? There we go. Not letting me track that quest for some reason, but we're going to do it anyway. Do it our own way. What is this? Hold scroll. Okay, reading mode. The myth of the Golden Rule by Dorothus the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the god responsible for this city. For our continual prosperity and tranquil seclusion, it deserves our admiration. But here I must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching and deserving of our contempt. Who among us has not awoken at night in cold sweat fearing some sort of transgression of the Golden Rule? All of us must accept that we are capable of error, whether from momentary lapse in judgment or a conscious decision based on faulty reasoning. Yet the great threat, the sword of Damocles, that we live under is, I believe, merely a deception, and as I prove it to you, let me begin by dismissing the counter-arguments. First, it may be argued that the inscription stating the many shall suffer for the sins of the one is evident that the Golden Rule is very real, completely unsound, for we cannot assume the writers knew any more than we did. That this message was inscribed does not make it true any more than if I were to describe Dorothus the Younger as a god. Second, if it may be argued that the statues of this place are evidence that the Golden Rule is real, you need not remind me of that. It was I who discovered them all around the city. It was I who collected them, placed them in a handcart, and placed them in the niches in which they sit today. I will not soon forget them, and yet I refuse to leap to the conclusion that they were once real people. There is simply no evidence to support that conclusion. When we read the story of Venus bringing Pygmalion sculpture Galatia to life, we do not believe it is true. Why should we take a different view here? But ultimately these arguments are just that. After years of living in fear, there is only one way for me to prove that the Golden Rule is a falsehood, and that this is through action. Friends, I apologize in advance for this, but one day you will see this moment as a turning point in our city's history. Let us see once and for all if the Golden Rule is real as I strike one of you with my fist. Well, yeah, certainly was real. You all turned to stone. Well, gold. We can collect more money again. Brilliant. Their tongues. Okay. Okay then. Who's this? Fabia, here we go.
Shiny. Salve and welcome. Need something?
Okay, here we go. Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
Terrible shame that is. Maybe this'll help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again. So I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who, it was too dark. I called out to them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something metallic. Armour, I think. So I suppose it could only be one of three people. Horatius, Domitius, or Rufius. I hope that helps.
Thank you. Thanks, that does help.
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
As I've been saying before, this is a continuation of our two streams. So, let's speak to this.
Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glorious bow you're carrying. Do you mind if I ask where you acquired it?
Here we go. I took it from the shrine of Diana, only to discover you'd locked me inside with Angry Hornet. I managed to escape, and after a harrowing endurance in the palace and travelling back in time, here I am.
Are you well, stranger? Have you been out in the sun too long? You seem a little confused. Perhaps you should go and see Lucretia in a clinic. Very well, another time.
Doesn't believe me? Golden Rule again, I'll be shooting you. There's one of them.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Are you the one threatening Virgil?
No idea what you're talking about?
I know it was you.
Yeah? Prove it.
Okay.
See you around.
Can't get him. Okay, so we got this guy to ask.
Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Centilla, Navia, or Kabash?
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not? Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
Are you the one threatening Virgil?
Do I seem like anonymous threats are my style?
Fair enough.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
We need more proof, don't we? I got him to ask Horatius.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
We need more, don't we? Need more proof, so we'll go down here to the slums. This all leads into this ending that we're trying to get, because I want to try and get as many people free as possible. If we go in here and speak to everybody in here, see if they know anything at all.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out
There we
his
go.
threefold braying.
Okay.
Would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
If someone's written that in his room. Rufus is incomplete. This is your final warning, sinner. Okay, so it is him. We've got proof there that he's the one doing it. Let's go and confront him. I can hear you. The statue's trying to help you with things. Speak to this Rufus.
Ah, you again.
Are you the one threatening Virgil?
No idea what you're talking about.
Give him the letter. I know it was you. I found an incomplete letter to him in your quarters.
Look, I haven't been at my best lately. I know that. It's the rheumatism. It starts with constant pain in all your joints. And the pain starts to mess with your head. Makes you angry. Mean. I know that's not an excuse for how I acted. But it's the truth. But with the willow bark, I'm already starting to feel like myself again. I'll leave him alone from now on. It's not as if I was ever going to hurt him anyway. I was just lashing out. I'm going to go and clean up the graffiti. Just forget this ever happened. Will you?
Alright, no problem. Let's go and speak to him now. That's another good deed we've done.
Salve.
Salve, Lulia.
Any news about my secret admirer?
found an incomplete letter to you in his
You went
house.
snooping in his place? That was risky. We're lucky you didn't cross any lines. Have you spoken to him about it?
Yeah, and he won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? How did you manage that?
I found a treatment for his rheumatism, which was making him agitated and compounding some other personal issues.
Ah, poor fellow. I've heard that can really mess with a person's head. Well done for figuring that out.
Happy to help. I think he wants to help clean up his graffiti
Really?
too.
That's promising. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Okay, I'll be going
Nice
now.
to talk to you.
Okay, right, where is Gallius? Let's go find Gallius. There he is. Let's go and speak to him. Let's speak to Galerius. See if I can get him to actually take part in the election.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Like Sisyphus. How so?
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
Yeah, at least there's that.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
You're a good man, Galerius.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Right, now I know how to get him elected. What we've got to do another... Okay, what I've got to do is... I want to see if I can get it. Okay, what I've got to do... You know what, I don't think we can do that. So what we're going to do is break the golden rule, tell him to go and save. He saved all those people. We know all the people he could save. But we've got to attempt to go and gather them. I don't think we're going to be able to do it, so I'm going to use this to shoot. I'm going to break the golden rule by killing this one.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Well, they're shooting at me. Leave me alone. We'll go back in time again. Hey, I could have edited this and just started from there, but what I'm doing is I'm keeping it in so you guys know what works and what doesn't work. So you know, basically, you could go around and try and do all this to collect all the items you need, get him elected, but either way, it looks like the best way to do it is just to tell him to go and get people to go with you to the cistern. None of it seems to work. The only thing we need to do is just tell him to go and tell people.
Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Okay. The golden rule is going to be broken soon. I need you to quietly get everyone except Sentius ready to run into the upper cistern when the ground starts to rumble.
What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding. All right, I'm gonna stick my neck out and believe you. But I doubt I'll be able to gather more than a handful of people.
That's fine. Let's go to the cistern. Yeah, I thought maybe we could have saved more, but I don't think we can. So what we're going to do is just save the ones we can save. Hopefully people listen to him.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not? Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Talk to this Pratt again. I know about your creature, don't worry about me.
Well, it's your funeral.
I just wonder how many people he can actually go and get. Because even if we get him to be the magistrate, it's not giving us the option to talk to him. So what we'll do is do this one. We do need to get him elected to get the actual canon ending, which we're going to do. Yeah, no more arrows kill them. Golden ones take less. Don't really need money, do we? I'll take it though. Let's see, we got more money. I'm looking for the which one is it? This one? Oh, here it is. Right, we gotta go up here. Let's go into this one. Let's go into this one. If you can convince Scintilla we can actually help her.
You? Who are you? Did he send you?
I'm smiling and nobody sent me.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me save before that monster comes back.
I know, we've had this conversation before.
What? God, am I going out of my mind? Are you going to let me go or not?
I've told Galeris to lead everyone here when the golden rule is broken so they can escape too.
How did you know? Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
You're human garbage, you know that?
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
I told you I was going to break you.
Do you really think you could take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow?
I probably could, but I'm going to let her take this one.
Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Ah, burn.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Here comes Al.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Alworth, I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm smiling. I was hoping you'd know who I am.
Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kind of rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
Oh, that's good. Actually, that was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
When I first arrived here in the present day, I found your corpse hanging from a noose.
I'm sorry, come again?
I still have the suicide note you carved into this tablet. Here you go.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing. But I don't understand how I could have written it.
It was written by a different version of you. I changed the past and your fate.
I'm not following.
I helped Scintilla kill the man who opened a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Now you're getting it.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping a bunch of others to escape. That's a lot to take in.
Enough talk. How about we get out of this place?
Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
It's right here in the cistern. Follow me. We can't go through that way. There we go. Exit through the aqueduct. Turn to the river.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
Good idea.
You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
I found him. He'll be here in a moment.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
I discovered the ruins of an ancient underground city.
Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look. Here he comes. Al, it's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of... well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... what?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
Okay, it's going to be different from our
I
stream.
don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Oh, that's sad. That is really sad.
Sounds
Galerius
like you
never
meant a lot
survived.
to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Alright, Sharon, ferry us home. That's the end of that one then as well. Ending 3 of 4, there you go. We have one more to go. The canon ending. It's going to be a longer one because we have to do quite a lot. Okay, let's do it.